folks. Well, today is a bit of a sad day here at IPC. This morning, the staff is going to get together and we are going to cycle through or socially distanced say goodbye to Phil. Phil has been around for years, around IPC for years. We've had some neat conversations, and he's actually told me that once upon a time he spoke a number of times at IPC on the platform. I didn't know that about Phil. Phil, for the most part, is a really quiet guy, and has been the executive pastor the duration of my time on staff. I just wanted to make for a few personal comments, but also these comments, I know from talking to staff that these comments are also mirror what they are thinking as well. Phil has been a fantastic guy. Anyone who knows the history of IPC knows that Phil came on board at a tumultuous time where he had to really delve into financial issues that weren't necessarily what he was there to do. I think by all accounts, everything that I've heard anyway, he's done a fantastic job of getting us back on track. But apart from that, my interactions with Phil have been to do with ministry. So I'm a bit of a policy wonk. So my personal interactions with Phil have been around creating policy to do with youth ministry, and also with the downtown ministries as well. So good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us today on MidWeek. Today is a bit of a sad day, actually, at IPC. The staff will be cycling through or rotating through and saying goodbye to Phil Sheldon. Phil has been our executive pastor now for about 22 months, and I just wanted to make a few personal comments this morning. I know they would mirror the staff's comments. In speaking with staff, we all have the same high opinion of Phil Sheldon. Phil has told me over the past couple of months, getting to know him a little bit, he's told me that he actually has been around IPC forever, for like a lot of years. I think 22. I could be wrong in that. And Phil has spoken at IPC. I didn't know that. I have seen Phil on stage during my tenure and during COVID when he was giving us directions and housekeeping stuff, but I had no idea that he was a speaker, that he has given quite a few scripture talks from the platform at IPC. I didn't know. I wish I had been here though to hear it. Phil is a fantastic guy, personally and professionally as well. The experiences that I've had with him have just been all stellar. And I know the staff as well have had fantastic experiences with Phil as our executive pastor, and we're really gonna miss him. When I first started to work at IPC, when I went from volunteering to a staff position, and started working out at the office, one thing you may or may not know about Phil is that Phil likes to talk himself through his day. And I hope he wouldn't mind me saying this, but it took me by surprise. So I would be in my office and I would hear Phil making comments, asking questions, and I thought, oh, he's talking to me, like, you know, like harken the days with Samuel, right? So I'm perked up, and I would stick my head out the door and say, "Yes, Phil," and then I realized that it wasn't a comment or a question meant for me. He was just making his way through his day, and Julia in the office, she knew that, and she would chuckle at me every time I popped my head out the door to see what he needed. We've had some really great conversations, both professionally and personally as well. Phil's just an all-around good guy. Like, just he's the package deal. He's a sharp dresser. Always showing up at work sharply dressed, which I didn't realize. It's in our employee handbook that we are to dress sharply, and I didn't know what that meant. And then I guess I figured it out when I saw Phil every day in his cardigan and his tie and his button-down shirt. So we'll really miss just the presence that he brings to the office. Of course, when we were able to be in the office, but the presence he gives, just the calmness of his conversations with us, his listening ear, his ability to repeat back and take that forward to wherever it needs to do and get action going. We are really going to miss that. I am personally going to miss that. I know the other staff are too, as well. But you know, Phil is moving on. I almost said to a better place. Who knows? It's full of things that are not expected, that they can't predict. But they're moving up to Port Elgin. We wish them all the very best. He and Jan in their life together up in Port Elgin, I know they're going to be amazing. He will find the best places to get auto parts. He will find the best places to get things to fix up his house. He's quite handy mechanically and also around the house as well. So he's starting to sound like my idol. No, I wouldn't say that necessarily, but I really do love the man, and he's been a great figure to have, a great calming force in the office, and a great person to have around. And we are going to miss Phil. So I encourage you today to, as you think of Phil getting ready to meeting with the staff today, and saying our goodbyes, and then packing up and moving up to Port Elgin. They've been moving in trickles, but I would ask you to pray for Phil and Jan as they make this move, that it would be safe, that they would be secure in what they're doing in their move, and that God would continue to provide. God has stepped into Phil and Jan's life over the last couple of months and really done some miraculous things. I'll leave that for him to share with you, but he shared some really fantastic things of just God moving and God's presence and God showing up in situations time after time after time, really indicating that this is the move that they're to make. So anyway, please pray for Phil and Jan. We will see you next week on Midweek. We're looking forward to our chat with a guest coming up next week. Till then, bye.